What's up, everyone? We have a Stihl FS45 right here. It is a definition of homeowner piece of machinery. However, this is not right. Not supposed to be a split down the end of it. In addition to that, the plug wire is not connected to the plug because we're also missing the little wire that connects to it. So we're going to go through the process of replacing it. I really don't want to remove this whole cover, so I think I'm going to try to avoid that at all costs. What I am going to do is I'm going to remove the plug and see if we have enough working room. It's not a whole lot of room in there, so I apologize. Not a whole lot of viewing, including for myself, but at least I can explain what I'm doing. Here we go. So this is not necessarily the best boot for it, but it is a boot. It also comes with this. I kind of like this one better because it's easier to work with. Let's see. What we can do here. I'm gonna move this not above the spark plug hole. I'm gonna take like a little bit of a piece of towel. Just gonna place it right there. So you know if I drop anything, that's exactly where it's going to be going. So that should be good enough. Now we are going to need a something to do a little crimping. The real one should really be this, and if you buy a replacement, it is this. All you do is you shove it through the loom of the wire, and it touches the center, makes a connection, and then you put this on the end of your plug. Suppose the question is, yeah, that fits. Okay, good. I was 99% sure it would fit, but that would be the luck, right? You get it all done, and next thing you know, it doesn't even fit. And try not to remove anything from this at all. That really didn't do much of anything. So bend it all up. This could just be too cheap of a piece. Wouldn't surprise me. What we can do though is we could do a workaround. The end of the wire is exposed, so we could shove it so the end of the wire is touching the end of the metal. Actually, I think we're doing better with just my hand. There is a tool for this, I just don't have it. Probably should get it. Okay. Now, unfortunately, so right now I'm just kind of bending each of those little pieces in on itself. Metal's still touching the end, so we're good. Straightening it out a little bit. Anyway, unfortunately, I have other work to do on this machine in addition to this, so can't start it immediately to check it out, but once I'm done with that work, I'll definitely bring us back to check and see if this is working out for us. I'm just kind of crimping it on there as tightly as I can, all in while making sure we're getting a good connection, which, you know what, I do not think we are. This might be futile. I might just be buying a new coil. Yeah, we're definitely not. I'm going to spend a little time and make sure that we do this right this time. Realization hit me, you're supposed to bend this down. And I'm going to trim a little bit of the excess on the side here. And that bending of the interior part of the wire is going to make contact, and we don't have to worry about it touching anything else, because it will be. That's going to be the area that's going to be touching. We just need to make sure we're bending it in the right area. Oh, that's going to smell bad. Anyway. So make sure we're bending it in the right area so we can ensure that it is touching the side of something and not have to worry about it. Just gonna bend the piece kind of back to normal. Not really, but kind of. I'm going to work on bending that back. It has been adequately installed. Now the fun part is putting it over this. You can put oil on it sometimes, but I don't think we need to now. Just have to make sure we see the end, and we do. Perfect. So now we can take this out, put this back in, oh come on, there we go. There we are. This is the problem with the wrong end. It's going to be a little more difficult to shove on there. I have a carb problem I need to work on, so I'm going to go ahead and get that carb running, and I'll bring you back. Change of plans. That carb is garbage. I'm just going to replace it. I don't want to do that later, so I'm just going to order one. But in the meantime, we can at least check to see if there's spark. How do we do that? Well, I put a little bit of, I took the plug back out, put a little bit of oil in it, just to make sure of it, because this is pretty dry. This is brake clean. We're going to put this off to the side, kind of fill it up a little bit. And if it has spark, it should at least run a little bit. Just throwing down the throat of the carb. Now, hold down the throttle, and let's give it a pull. There it goes. Ran. We now have spark. So, we have officially replaced the boot of a Stihl FS45, and the carb is now running. Well, the machine is now running after we get a new carb installed, of course, but the important part is we have spark. We heard it, we saw it. So we should be good to go. I'm going to go ahead and get that carb replaced, but that's beyond the scope of this video. If you like what you see, keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at SmallEngine101. If you do have any questions, leave a comment below. Be happy to answer them. I also do have memberships where if you need to have more personal advice or help, it's part of the perks of becoming a member, so consider doing that if you need it. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your night.